I'm quite afraid that they will attack us.
So I've consulted the Porsche Book of Wisdom, and it says
Perks to charge the Taycan at a 50 kilowatts charger. Oh, 300 kilowatts.
journey. It's been a journey in the mind, in the capabilities of the electric cars.
This video is brought to you by EVCS 2025, the premier EV charging expo. From utilities to policymakers and tech innovators, the key players in shaping EV infrastructure are coming together at EVCS in Las Vegas on March 25th through 27th. We would love to see you there.
Hello and welcome to Autospec Motoring. Today I am in Kiruna in Sweden, in northern Arctic Sweden, and we are driving all the way to the northernmost DC fast charger in the world in Porsches. So behind me here we have a ton of Porsches, and I'll be starting out in the Porsche Taycan Cross Turismo, the 4S there, in this beautiful frozen berry metallic colorway. And we also have a 911 Dakar that's joining us for this trip. I will then, on the return leg, switch to a Macan, so I get to experience a Macan as well. And together, this will be an awesome experience, driving all the way from Kiruna to Mehamn in an electric Porsche. It's also worth remembering that Kyle has driven the Taycan and the Macan and many Porsches. I have never driven a Porsche. This will be the first time I'm driving a Porsche. It's so freezing cold there. So I need to get in the car. So you will get my live impressions on the Taycan and the Macan. And I will also be including commentary from my co-driver, my new friend Leo from Denmark. Even though he is Danish, he is my friend now after this trip. And I can't wait to show you everything that we have done together through the Arctic roads through Norway. This is also a very unique scenario because we have 100 kilometers per hour speed limits in Arctic conditions through Sweden and I think Finland, which is quite unique. This means high consumption, and this will push the cars to the limit, of course, even though the charging infrastructure in Norway is actually pretty great up here. So Kiruna is this mining town in the north of Sweden where we are starting, and they are actually moving the city center because they found more iron deposits, which is very interesting. And by moving, I mean they actually move complete houses, complete churches, and some buildings are disassembled and then reassembled, which is insane. We are now standing in new city center. Absolutely insane. Okay, so I'm almost all set up in the Taycan. Here is our route. Oh no, there we go. Here is our route, so all the way to the northernmost DC fast charger in the world up here. So right now we are here and we have around, I think, 700 kilometers to go or something.
750.
Yes, this is Leo.
I'll be his guide throughout the tour.
Yeah.
Co-driver.
Yeah. Yes, nice. And I can't wait to embark on this super nice adventure. So it's indicating 447 kilometers of range. We of course have 749 to go, but we will have two charging stops. And the first one will be at this 170 kilowatts Koppler charger in Kautokeino, Norway. The second one will be in Lakselv, which is also in Norway, which is an Ionity charger, where we might actually reach our full charging speed. But not on this first one. We are at 98% state of charge. And I'll reset the trip meter. I just need to adjust the steering wheel. I don't know how to adjust the steering wheel in this car actually, so we are getting help, which is kind of like a noob move, I would say. Regardless, everything is set up and ready to go to embark on this 10-hour plus drive, 10 hours plus charging to get to where we are going. Oh, yeah, it's fine. I think we will follow the E10 forever, so.
Yeah.
Absolutely stunning weather as we drive into the Arctic here. And we have been on the road for, I don't know, 15 minutes, something like that. And our average efficiency currently is 294 watt-hour per kilometer, or 29.4 kilowatt-hours per 100 kilometers, which is pretty low efficiency. But there are high speeds here and high air resistance due to the cold. And of course, it's cold outside, so I don't expect a very efficient drive, at least not the first leg here. But that might change once we move into Norway with slower speeds, more curvy roads, a little bit of mountains, and maybe ice and snow on the road itself. Here we can see the asphalt, which is nice and safe driving conditions currently, but we will move into more challenging driving areas. So our efficiency is up to 232 watt-hour per kilometer, or 23.2 kilowatt-hours per 100 kilometers, which is pretty good, I would say. And it has kind of settled down, and it might even go down further, it seems, which is very, very nice. We are cruising here into the Arctic, and the Porsche 911 Dakar is taking pictures of us. And I must say that the 911 Dakar looks absolutely stunning in the rear mirror here, with the roof platform, with all the recovery gear, and yeah, it just looks amazing. So we are sliding around a bit, and I think this is because we are on Central European winter tires, and they are of course studless, because studs are illegal in most parts of Central Europe. And at the same time, they also use a different compound than the tires that we usually use here in the north. So on the straights I can push the car, of course, but when we get into turns, I do feel quite a significant bit of slide on the rear of the car. But the car is solid and it feels nice. And since you don't have one pedal driving, you don't need to worry about sliding once you let off the accelerator, which of course is very nice. The roads are absolutely beautiful, and it's a beautiful view behind us, as well as the Porsche 911 Dakar follows us, gets up on the side of us and takes some nice pictures that I can't wait to see later. We are turning left into Finland, and here is the border crossing, and here are some people. Finland, 100 meters. Let's go. And we are officially in Finland, and the car gives us information about the speed limit in the cities in Finland, which is nice. So we are going to stay in Finland for, I don't know, a little while, and then we are in Norway. So here we have the Central European winter tires, and as I mentioned, these perform okay in these conditions, I would say. Definitely more slippery than like Nordic winter tires would have been, but still nice, and the car feels so planted on the road here. It's absolutely amazing to drive in these beautiful conditions. We are doing a driver change right here. We have been driving for like 2 hours and 15 minutes or something, and we want to change it up, and we are in Finland right now, getting on our way to Norway, where we will reach our first DC fast charger, and then a second one a little bit later. Look at this beautiful station wagon. Okay, before changing drivers, let's take a look at our efficiency. 236 watt-hour per kilometer, or 23.6 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. Average speed has been 81 kilometers per hour, so I would say pretty nice considering the conditions here. The conditions here. So the efficiency is okay, I would say. It's difficult to kind of compare because I haven't driven any other car in these conditions. It's -4 outside, but the road is covered in ice, which makes the efficiency go down, of course. Driven for 2 hours and 20 minutes, 184 kilometers so far into this trip, and we still have quite a way to go. Okay, so the trip planner here says that there is 9 hours left, and there are the two charging stops are here, of course, and it shows a 14-minute and a 12-minute charging stop on a 9-hour drive. This is the Taycan lifestyle, which is awesome. We have the electrochromatic sunroof here.
Sorry.
No worries. So we can dim the sunroof, actually. It's super cool.
And super expensive extra as well.
We just stopped here for some pictures, and Leo will now turn the car around a little bit to get a better angle with the beautiful snow-covered trees that we have here, the beautiful sun. It's just like -4 degrees outside, so not too cold, which is super nice. And you can see the beautiful Taycan Cross Turismo here in this beautiful frozen berry metallic colorway. And yeah, now we finally turned on the comfort entry option, so the car jumps up, and yeah, it has been an amazing ride here so far. We have it in actually high ride height because we are driving in the snow, of course. But we did change between the modes to test the different modes on this car. Of course, you have range mode, where it will also lower the car, which is a nice feature. And now we have comfort entry, so the car rises up once you want to enter the car, which is kind of awesome. After stopping for pictures, we have been overtaken by the Porsche Cayenne e-hybrid, which is our support car.
Yeah, I think so.
We have been on the road for 3 hours and 28 minutes. Our average efficiency has settled at around 230-240 watt-hour per kilometer, or 23.8 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. And we have driven 253 kilometers so far. It still hovers around 11-12% on arrival at our first charging stop in Kautokeino, which we are slowly approaching as we soon get into Norway. Norwegian, Sami and Finnish flag. It's a little bit too far away. Yeah. Just an endless tundra. I don't think anywhere else in Norway or Finland has these kinds of large plains that are just frozen over. Like Leo said, this is the perfect place to kill someone.
I think we're gonna pull over just a minute.
Now we are crossing the border into Norway, so my home country. After quite a bit of driving in both Sweden and Finland. Now we are driving into Kautokeino, which is kind of like the capital around here. It's still a super tiny city, and this is where we have our first charging stop at this Kople Ishavsveien charger. And it's currently occupied actually, so I'm curious to see if this is one of our Porsches or someone else. We might need to wait a little bit if this one is still blocked when we are there. And the Porsche route planner here says that we should charge from 15 to 59%, but we will probably stay for a little bit longer. And there you can see a Tesla. So there are EVs around here as well actually. And this part of Norway is called Finnmark, which is the northernmost county in Norway. And there is still 80% EV sales in this area, which is kind of insane. And that's considered low for Norway. And it says, please monitor range as we pull in to this DC fast charger here at this Esso station. So the Taycan 4 is here. Nope, you can't use that one, that's the Shadow. Not CCS, okay. So we need to wait for the Porsche here. So just find a parking spot.
Oh, there's the other Porsches, okay, nice.
Okay. Oh, the Dakar looks amazing. And plugging in at this 175 kilowatts charger here, Ishavsveien. Authenticating contactors. We will probably just get 175 kilowatts here, like it says. And we arrived at 15% actually, so over what was estimated. But again, we didn't have the highest speeds through the icy roads here. And right up to 174 kilowatts, the fastest ramp I've ever seen, I think. So that's nice. 173 kilowatts inside the car and 174 on the charger. 172 here. So I think this is into the battery and this is probably supplied power, which is fine, of course. We will probably stay here for, I don't know, it's difficult to say, maybe 15 minutes or something. And here we have the Macan coming, and while waiting, the Macan will probably connect to the 22 kilowatts AC charger there. I think the onboard charger on the Macan is only 11 kilowatts, but we will explore that. I might be wrong. So we will go to the bathroom and of course buy something to eat and drink and just enjoy our time in this beautiful, beautiful weather.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect. Let's see how fast the Porsche 911 Dakar is charging. So of course you need to refill gas cars as well. Still doing 174 at 30% of course. 16 kilowatt hours in 5 minutes, which is great I would say, considering this is just 175 kilowatts fast charger. We will test faster charging once we get to Ionity. We have been moved over to the 50 kilowatt charger after, I don't know, a pretty short session on this one, because we are already finished. We are ready to go to the next charger, so I don't have the final numbers for the charging session. All I know is that the car held 175 kilowatts for the entire time. And now the Macan here is charging at 174 on this one, as expected. But let's take a look inside here. We are at 61%. Charging is not currently possible, so we are not charging right now. But we have plenty of range, I think, to make it to the next stop. CCS. Start. RFID. Communication. It hurts to charge the Taycan at a 50 kilowatts charger. Yeah. Let's see if we get 50 kilowatts. It's just while we are taking some pictures and waiting anyways, so we are just trying out the charger here. There is really no need. If you want to do the calculations for the charging, we came to this charger with 61% and we arrived with 15% and charged flat at 174 kilowatts. So now you know how many kilowatt hours was added at that charger, which is perfect. Target charge already reached, which is awesome to see. So we have, I think, estimated now 19% on arrival in Lakselv, which is the fast Ionity charger. So I think we will just disconnect now to get the best charging speed once we are there, of course. The car looks great.
You got on video now?
Yeah.
That's good.
Wow, there is a guy biking. What? Crazy. That's crazy. that must be the one bus this month, I imagine. Wow. What? That's insane. Great public transport here. Some of the roads here are terrible due to the ice on the roads, so you get rattles in like crazy in the car. But it does feel pretty nice to sit inside still, I would say. A little bit noisy, like you can hear. Oh, The Taycan looks amazing. We stopped here to look at some reindeer over there, and the reindeer are also looking at us. I'm quite afraid that they will attack us and that we will have a reindeer stampede. So I think we will get on our way as quickly as possible after some pictures of this amazing Taycan Cross Turismo, the 4S version. Look at this station wagon. I think I would go for the Sport Turismo without the black stuff here, but I think for this environment it's perfect with this kind of rugged design and of course the higher riding position that we get with the air suspension here. Wow! We just stopped here for some pictures because it's golden hour and absolutely stunning outside. So we're trying to get some good pictures of the beautiful Porsche Taycan. And we have driven for about 6-7 hours, I think. I'll go in the car and tell you some stats. So we have, let's turn down this one a little bit there, and then turn down this one a little bit there. Nice. So we have driven for 6 hours and 44 minutes, 248 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, 248 watt hour per kilometer. So our efficiency has kind of landed at this number. So that's our efficiency. We have been using high drive mode for most of the time due to the road conditions. There are very many bumps in the road here, tons of ice, and need to be careful of course, but we have absolutely sent the car as well. So at the same time we are estimated 11% on arrival, which is quite interesting. It was 19 when we left the charger. So full send. Here it actually says 17% on arrival. Here it says 11% on, I think that's the final destination, maybe. Yes, that's a minimum charge at destination. Okay, that makes sense. So, but still it went from 19 to 17% on arrival in Lakselv, which means we have been driving quite fast. So let's continue on our trip. Look at this awesome charging location under a canopy. And this is Alpitronic Hyper 400, I think, but it seems to be force split, which kind of sucks because then we can't get the maximum charging speed, but I don't know yet because we need to test. So how do you open the charge port on the Taycan? There we go, and we will plug in here. There we go, and we will take a look at our charging speed.
Are we charging here or over there, you think?
I just want to take some pictures with this here, and then we can move over there. If yep. Plug-in charge waiting. There's an Enyaq charging there as well, so we will probably get a split in two. I just want to take some pictures with this charging location, and then 280 kilowatts. Okay, so while the Enyaq gets 116 kilowatts, we get 240 kilowatts, which is still insane. I think we will move from this Hyper 400 charger over to where the other Taycan is, so that we can get a lineup picture once the Macans are in as well. Super seamless experience with plug-in charge with Ionity and Porsche. Great charging speeds and yeah, just the ultimate premium electric driving experience. It's kinda signifies that it's a force split, but oh, 300 kilowatts. Nice. 307 kilowatts. 49% now, and we are at 295 kilowatts. So it's dipping down a little bit. Of course, we had our half charging session over there just to take some pictures under the canopy, because I think it's really cool that we have a canopy with a charger under it. Even though the Ionity kind of color scheme doesn't really match with the YX color scheme there. Regardless, I think this is awesome. Now we are charging here on this dedicated Alpitronic Hypercharger 400, which is nice. And look at that awesome charging speed. Absolutely insane. Look at this awesome parking job. This is Porsche parking. So the Macan, of course, has the DC fast charging port in the Tesla location, rear driver. And the Porsche Taycan has it in a completely different location, diagonally different. So on the passenger side front, which makes parking a little bit, strange. Look at the rear light bar. %72 now. I feel like we have just been here for a little bit and we are down to 219 kilowatts. Still insane. And remember, we are in the Arctic. We are further north than most DC fast chargers in the world, and we are going to the one that's furthest north, of course, but this is insane charging speeds, and absolutely great to see how this works together with plug-in charge. That makes this as easy to charge as a Tesla, I would say, with plug-in charge. Target charge already reached. That was 72% to reach our destination. Absolutely insane. We will just stay here and top up a little bit more. Some remarks on the Taycan, because I've driven this for quite a while now. Let's just make it a little bit lighter here for you. Is that, let's see, ISO auto. Yeah. The adaptive cruise control, which I didn't really want to use on this stretch because it's so slippery outside, especially with the Central European winter tires, is that the radar was blocked pretty early on over when driving in the mountains, and that's a problem with radars, of course. Yeah, I think now we are supposed to move the cars to get a group photo, so I will just do that. We are at 96% state of charge, because we just stay there for photos, of course, so we are kind of way overcharged, but that's fine, of course. guess we are stuck here through the night. Just some random roadworks in the middle of the road. There's a guy coming from the other direction as well.
But on the good side, it's nice to see road workers actually working.
Yeah,
Props
true,
to them.
true, very true.
No, dig as well. Wow. And that is very wide. Holy shit.
Insane.
Well, it works.
The Quattro is working hard in the front there.
Yeah, he's doing his job. Come on, come on, come on. Nice. This is compassion.
Yeah, I think this is the most insane roadwork thing I've seen in Norway ever. Almost 10 hours on the road, 658 kilometers, 250 watt-hour per kilometer, and an average speed of 68 kilometers per hour, which kind of makes sense. So this northernmost DC fast charger in the world seems to be occupied and has been occupied for, I would say, about half an hour, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see if it updates and that we get a free charger, because we will need it. The matrix LEDs are working very, very nicely. So you can see that it blocks out the car in front there and lights up everywhere we want to see, to look out for, I don't know, animals, I guess. Here we are at the northernmost DC fast charger in the world, in Mehamn. And of course there is 175 kilowatt fast charger. It is the exact same setup as our first charging stop. We are unfortunately second place, so we will use the 50 kilowatt charger.
Cookie crumbles. Ready?
Yeah,
All right.
50 kilowatt charger.
And the state of charge is, I can't remember. Let's have a look here.
Probably around 40%. We overcharged at our last charging stop, so
It's 35%.
35%. So I burned a little bit of juice on the last.
No worries. We'll see if it goes up to 50 as it should.
Yeah, it'll be
Probably
exciting.
Instant. All going.
Yep. 46. That's about what we will get from this one, I think. Nice.
Good enough.
How does it feel?
It feels like a great victory. It's been a journey. It's been a journey in the mind, in the capability of the electric cars. The evolution of the EVs has been... I can't. I've been driving for 11 hours. I'm so tired, but yeah, it's been good fun. And it's really impressive. The temperature management, the speed, the grip, it's a machine. And you can definitely go to the North Pole in this one if you want to. Just bring some studded tires perhaps. But all in all, it's been impressive, but also kind of what we expected, because it's just a machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What do you think so?
Yeah. Yeah, it has just been absolutely amazing. What a machine to drive in the winter. Yeah, amazing. And yeah, can't wait for the return trip through the same areas, but of course in daylight, so we see a little bit more of the mountains. The Macan is of course maxing out this 175 kilowatt ABB unit right there. All is charging, all is good. And we also have, same setup as the first charging stop, an AC charger here as well, 22 kilowatts. Let's go over the final stats for the Taycan Cross Turismo 4S, or the Taycan 4S Cross Turismo. 11 hours and 25 minutes on the road, 752 kilometers covered, and we have an average efficiency of 25.6 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometer. That's 256 watt hour per kilometer. And I would say that the roads today have been a little bit slippery, snow covered, ice covered, and also not covered at all. It's been a good mix of everything. Our average speed has been 68 kilometers per hour. Of course, it's a little bit lower when you are driving in these areas, but we have had pretty high-speed stretches, I would say, considering the areas where we have come up to pretty high speed. And I would say that the efficiency is okay. And overall, in combination with the battery size that we have here, 105 kilowatt hours gross, and the insane charging speed, this is probably the best road tripping electric car in the world. It's absolutely insane. And the winter performance and the winter driving, even on Central European winter tires, which are not my favorite, this car feels planted, it feels nice. The wipers work, everything work. The radar did drop out a little bit for adaptive cruise control, and the rear camera gets covered, of course, but overall, it feels like an amazing winter car. No problems with the air suspension, of course, like you would expect. No problems with the doors, nothing. Just feels absolutely amazing as a winter car. This is the Macan Turbo that we will be driving today. Of course, it is pretty well optioned, and we are driving on 21-inch tires. And as you can see, it's already snowed down in the rear here. And yeah, this is the car for today. So I can't wait to check out the Macan Turbo and see what you get in such, I would say, almost fully optioned Macan. And here you can see the turbo badging, which I think looks absolutely phenomenal and super nice. We have reset the trip meter and we are ready to go in the Macan Turbo. Do you have anything to say?
Rock and roll is all I gotta say. It's gonna be interesting to see how it compares to the Taycan, of course, but already it feels very sporty, I think. I'm very comfortable, but also like, this is good.
This will be exciting to test the Macan Turbo. So we do have a glass roof after all, and we also have a sunroof, which we will keep closed today, I think. 743 kilometers to go, and we are starting at 96% state of charge. And we will go to the Ionity station in Lakselv, 400 kilowatts it says here, which is nice. This car can charge at 270 kilowatts maximum. And of course the Porsche Macan Electric is built on the PPE platform. We are, of course, on a press trip, so we have everything programmed for us, and that's very nice because we will never run out of charge and we will have 29% at our charger. But if you were driving in this area, there are also other options for DC fast charging. So here you can see the different options. And here is the northernmost DC fast charger in the world. But there are also options in the neighboring city, and on the way we are driving right now, there are also other DC fast charger options, like you can see just here. So it's totally possible to do this without Porsche programming the charging stops for you. Of course, here you can see 175 kilowatts and 50 kilowatts. It's like the same type of chargers that we have been to twice now. So that's absolutely nice. And you can see here are the options. The orange ones are the DC fast charger, and the green ones are just AC charging. So there are plenty of options in the area. These are not the only chargers in the area.
We're going to do some photos here, maybe. Looks nice. We can't all be here, I suppose. Or maybe we can.
21-inch wheels with winter contact by Continental Central European winter tires.
Floor, the head, and the...
And how tall are you?
I'm 195.
195.
6'6" or something.
6'6".
So it's less spacious than an Audi. It's less spacious than an Audi Q6. In the front, it's way better, but in the back, I would say the Q6 is better because you just have a little bit more legroom and headroom as well. So good for children and good for medium-sized people, but not tall ones. This is not too nice, I'd say.
Thank you.
Bit of off-roading now.
Yeah.
It's an SUV, right?
We are about 1 hour out from our first charging stop today, and if I take a look at the charging here, let's go there. It says charging system not connected, and the battery pack temperature says that it's 12 degrees Celsius in the battery pack. This means that the battery pack is at a very low temperature right now. I'm not sure how you get this preconditioning connected, but we will monitor the battery temperature and see what we end up with when we are at the charger. We are still 1 hour out. battery temperature is now 22 degrees Celsius, so we think it's preheating for the fast charger, which is super nice to see because the car would probably charge very slowly if the temperature stayed at 12 degrees Celsius. And we are just enjoying the beautiful views out there, the mountains in the north of Norway.
Should we do the Ionity here?
If there is... We need to share regardless, so just take this one.
Nice, a bit of wiggle back there. It's good. In the town as well. Yeah. It's
Communicating. Let's see if it works.
Oh, that's the Taycan, yeah.
Yeah, the Taycan is absolutely sending it. Nice. Let's see here. Ooh, nice intro in the Macan. So we are not charging. We are not charging. Why are we not charging? We have plug-in charge enabled, like we can see here, which is my favorite feature ever. Go away. Can we get this away? Nice. Just swiping away. Let's see here. It says it's communicating, so I think we will try to replug just to see if plug-in charge is actually working. Remove. There we go. And we will replug in. Oh. So plug-in charge might not work on this Macan. Fortunately, we have like a Porsche charging card that we will use, so we will try to use that. What you need to do then is that you need to go in here. We need to go here, and we need to go to plug-in charge and disable, because then it won't start communication protocol. So let's find the charging card, which I think is here, and try again. There we go. Replug. Then we will use our card. So here, authenticating. Let's see if this works better. Still doesn't work. Okay, so now something is happening with the card. We're not getting full speed here, and we can't get full speed because the other chargers are occupied by fast charging Porsches, of course. And that's not... Let's see here. Yeah, there we go. 36 kilowatts, 49, 61. We were at 23 degrees Celsius when plugging in, by the way. So we should get, I don't know, a ton of power. 191. Yep, that makes sense. Let's see here. We can see that we are taking the same amount of power. So now we are power splitting the cabinet here, the Alpitronic Hyper 400 charger. So we are absolutely maxing out this one. We have been there for around 20 minutes, between 15 and 20 minutes. And this is the Macan, 85%. We're charging now at 49 kilowatts, and the Porsche Taycan is down to 36 kilowatts. So, and here are the stats. Nice charging curve. Average charging speed 130 kilowatts, which is okay considering everything, and that we split our charging power with this guy.
Yeah, what can you do?
We are here at our last charging stop, and there is a charging queue, of course. So the Taycan was first, so it has taken the 50 kilowatt ABB charger. Yeah, and there's a Kia EV9 here with skis on the roof. It looks absolutely amazing. Let me go around and have a look. And of course, this car, being a Norwegian, has proper winter tires. The Nokian Hakkapeliitta 10 EV tires, which in my opinion is the best winter tires in the world. Absolutely amazing winter tires. So we are running Central European winter tires, which does not have the same performance, and we actually had a bit of sliding getting here, but nothing unsafe and just fun. This was quite an awesome stretch. I was driving this time, and yeah, just through the plains, through the tundra, and just awesome views. We are charging at a painful 50 kilowatts with the Macan here. And the Taycan gets the quote-unquote fast charger at 175 kilowatts. I was just in for a hot dog, and my co-driver was also in. Oh, there he is. So we are fine with waiting for a little bit. I think we just need a little bit of juice to get back to our starting destination in Kiruna. So we will be testing out the 230 volt outlet here, and
Nothing's going on right now?
nothing's working. Is there an on button?
Turned off, maybe?
Oh yeah, maybe the car. But can we do it while we are DC fast charging? I'll check. Maybe, yeah, should be, to be honest. Now the car is on.
Now it's charging. Yes.
Yes,
Excellent.
there we go.
Is the car still on?
Yep,
All right.
charging.
Woohoo!
Awesome. So the Macan can be optioned with a 230 volt outlet. And what's the price? Can you check?
Oh, just a moment.
Yep.
So I've consulted the Porsche Book of Wisdom, and it says 142 euros, which is, I don't know how much in the Norske krone, but it's a lot for something that's probably inside the car already, but that's the Porsche way. You see how thick this book is? That's extras. And,
Yeah. Just options.
Yeah.
Here you can see the difference between Central European winter tires, which have these threads, which are pretty, I would say, not that aggressive, but these are great for like driving on the autobahn as well as snow. And here you see real Nordic winter tires. However, these are very old, but at least a super aggressive tread pattern and studs. It's a 100 kilowatt hour battery in the Macan. This means that a 50 kilowatt charger is pretty slow for this car. So we have only gained a few percentages since last time, and it's down to 42 kilowatts, which I have no idea why, but I mean, this is a super old charger. It's probably not able to keep up. Anyways, we have been there for 10 minutes, like you can see. Gained a few percentages. We don't need much to get further. And of course, the Taycan here has still the 175, which is nice. We have moved over to the quote-unquote fast charger, which is this 175 kilowatt ABB unit. And we are only doing 132 kilowatts, which is kind of strange, at 51%. Doesn't that sound kind of bad? Maybe the battery is not warm enough yet. Maybe it will ramp up. Let's see. The battery temperature is 25 degrees Celsius. That should be enough for maximum speed on this battery pack, I think, judging by our last charging session. So anyways, 132, it's not worth doing anything about it because, you know, this is the only option in this area. There is actually a Circle K charger as well, but it's a little bit out of reach for us right now. So the Macan here plugged in at the 50 kilowatts while waiting for this one. So this kind of shows that we need more like Ionity or maybe Tesla installations when they are high voltage. Anyways, this is totally fine right now. Of course, this is just the last charging stop. That will be very long, and that's okay because we are going to the bathroom, eating, and yeah, just having a great time. And everyone is around here. What I don't like about the route planner is that if we go here and delete the charging stop, because let's say we don't want a charging stop, we just want to go to our destination and stay here for as long as we need. I press deactivate the active route planner and it just shows 0% instead of -%, so I can see how much we need to charge to go to our destination, which kinda sucks. So we will activate the route planner again. And by the way, this system is a little bit laggy, to be honest. And now it says 9 minutes there, but the problem is that we kinda don't want to stop there. We don't wanna wait for charging, so we are following the directions of the car to charge for 6 minutes at this recharge station in Finland. So we will see how that pans out. I'm a little bit curious. That will be super fun. So now we will unplug and go. We are on our way to this charger where it's now estimating 40% on arrival, so that's pretty high state of charge, but we do apparently need a 6-minute charging stop here, so we will of course stop here and check out this recharge charger. And we are back in Finland. Woohoo! And the European Union. I think the guy in front of the car in front of us has summer tires or something, because he's driving extremely slow. And yeah, it seems like it's a combustion car, so why would you conserve range then?
Yeah. I was thinking as well. The album marker. Volkswagen.
We pulled into the wrong charger actually, because there is a recharge charger over there, but why not test the Tesla superchargers? I just checked my app and they're open to everyone. So let's see what kind of speed we get on the Macan on the Tesla superchargers. I do need to move the car a little bit closer though. And I think I want to do this with the backup camera. Oh, it's clean, nice. So I'll just move the car a little bit closer and see what kind of charging speed we get. Because the Macan has the charge port in the correct location, which is absolutely very nice. All you have to do, if you didn't know, is to check the number on the stall. 1D. Press charge here. Press 1D. Start charging. And oh, that was expensive. That's fine, I want to test this. Let's go. Open the charge port, then do this, then plug in the CCS2 handle with one hand, because it's super easy. Let's see if it works. and what kind of speed we get. We are preconditioned here, and we are at, I don't know, 30 something percent, so let's see. Initializing charging. And it stole 25 euros from my card. That's fine. We will not get full speed because Tesla superchargers are actually not optimized for 800 volt architecture like the Macan is. So we are currently only charging at 124. Let's see if it ramps up even more. This is quite exciting actually, and I'm very glad that we went to the Tesla supercharger instead of the other one over there, the Recharge Alpitronic unit, because we have already tested the Alpitronic units with the Macan. It's too easy, right? So here we are charging at 130 kilowatts on the Tesla supercharger network. We could be a little bit faster over there, but since we just need a short charging stop, this is completely fine. Very nice. Look at the green lighting inside the car while it's charging. It's nice to have a good indication of what's happening with the car. Some notes about the Macan and my driving experience with the Macan. This is the Macan Turbo, so it's super powerful. Very, very nice to drive. It's also, it feels very solid, and in sport mode the steering is just perfect in this car. Of course I do like the Taycan more. Taycan is more my style of car. This is an SUV or a crossover or whatever you want to call it, but it does feel very, very solid, very nicely screwed together, and that's what you would expect from a Porsche, of course. The adaptive cruise control is nice, and all the stalks and the buttons feel so nice. The switchgear is amazing in this car. Of course, this is a fully spec'd 150,000 euro Macan, so I'm curious to see what kind of goods you get on the cheaper Macan, because I think the cheaper Macan is very interesting to actually test, because that's the price. In that price category there are so many different cars available, but this almost fully spec'd turbo is super nice, and adjusting the side bolstering on the seats. The Racetech steering wheel is the best feeling steering wheel in the world. This is the same steering wheel that the Taycan had, just feels amazing. I'm so happy with the steering wheel. It's my favorite feature of this car. I would say charging is amazing on this car, not as good as the Taycan, but still good. Not on this Tesla supercharger, but it's fine. We are just chilling, and yeah, I will jump in the driver's seat now and drive a little bit more until we are back at Kiruna. And we will of course also look at the statistics. Currently, after 7+ hours of driving, we are a tiny bit more less efficient than the Taycan 4S Cross Turismo that we were driving. Okay, 59%, we are now up to 135 kilowatts actually on the Tesla supercharger here. But we have more than enough to get to our destination. It says 1 minute, but yeah, we will just unplug and go. And we will arrive in Kiruna with 10%, which is enough, I would say. So we will just unplug the Tesla supercharger from the Macan. We are now driving into our final destination, which is Kiruna. Of course, that's where we started as well. We have been driving this Macan Turbo for 9 hours and 40 minutes right now. And our average efficiency is actually 26.1 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, or 261 watt hour per kilometer, which is slightly higher than the 256 watt hour per kilometer that the Taycan showed when we were at Mehamn. Of course, it's not a round trip, so it's not an accurate measurement of efficiency, but it's worth noting the efficiency of this car, of course. We have covered 732 kilometers, and our average speed today has been 75 kilometers per hour, which is significantly faster than when we drove the Taycan, due to, of course, yeah, the road conditions, and coming in to Mehamn when it was dark with very curvy roads makes the average speed lower, of course. This car has been super comfortable. I've been able to test the different driving modes, and it just feels so solid, well put together. The switchgear is amazing. Ambient lighting is super nice. I love ambient lighting. so it's super nice to see. And yeah, I think that's it for the Macan Turbo. Wow, we're ending the same place that we started. That's the magical of editing. Of course, I recorded the intro after the trip to make sure that I can include everything that I wanted in the intro. Anyways, the trip is over. It has been an amazing adventure in both the Taycan and the Macan. The Taycan is my favorite. It drives amazingly well, but I do have some notes that I want to talk about, so I'll bring them up on my phone here. And there are many things that I, of course, want to talk about. The first one is the lack of one-pedal driving in both cars, which I'm very set on one-pedal driving in EVs. I think that's the correct way to do it. You should have one-pedal driving in electric cars. Unfortunately, these cars don't have it. What I do have is one of the best drivetrain tunings I've ever felt in a car. They feel amazing, solid, nice, and even though I have to move my foot more when you of course are coasting instead of one-pedal driving, the braking action is so smooth and so nice that I really don't mind too much in this environment at least. And this is where I have tested these cars, of course. And the reason for this is that we are on Central European winter tires, and Central European winter tires are unfortunately not optimal in these conditions. You would want Nordic winter tires. The cars perform very well regardless, and it's completely safe, but when you have these tires you will slip more. But if you're coasting, you will slip less, because of course if you just let off the accelerator and the car brakes instead of coasting, you will slip in these conditions. And that can be quite scary if you're not used to modulating the accelerator. And yeah, this has happened many times in the Model Y and the Model 3 for my part, but not in a dangerous manner, of course. I didn't mind the lack of one-pedal driving, which was surprising to me, at least in this environment. Might be annoying in traffic in the cities. The infotainment in both the Macan and the Taycan is more laggy than I would have hoped. It's less responsive than I thought, and I thought the new Macan was very responsive, and it's an improvement, I would say, but it's not optimal. It's still a slow infotainment in both of these cars. I think the menu layout and everything, when you touch the screen and try to find all the settings for the car, are great. The layout is great. I like the PCM look, but of course it's not optimal when it's not super responsive. The route planner is great. I wish it showed like minus percentages so that I could know how much I needed to charge if I don't want to stop at another charging stop. Aside from that, the route planner was pretty accurate. The battery preconditioning in these cars are so fast, super fast. And yeah, the like battery management system just feels amazing on this trip. Of course, we were limited by DC fast charging infrastructure. I would love to rip one of these in Germany and test this. Of course, Kyle has done that many times before. But in cold environments, this works very, very nicely. Consumption-wise, it was higher on the way down when we were driving the Macan, but the Macan had a lower consumption in general. And I think Mike from Porsche, of course, calculated that we have around 390 kilometers real world range in these conditions. And these conditions are actually very unique because you have high speeds, you have 100 kilometers per hour speed limits in Arctic conditions. You can't find that anywhere else in the world unless you go to Alaska, for example. You can probably drive as fast as you want. Sorry, I need to go inside the Porsche here because it's so cold outside. Anyways, thank you so much for watching another Autospec motoring video. I hope you liked my little adventure here. I would love some comments down below on how I did. Of course, it's no Kyle road trip. It's quite different, it's a press road trip, but I think I tried to show my impressions of the Porsches in Arctic conditions and showing you what we have been up to. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in another video sometime soon.